Hey, good evening, Alaska, and all those out there watching. I'll be with you just 1 second, and we'll get started here. See what we have going on. Hey, good evening, Alaska, and all our viewers from across the globe. It's good to have you here. I'm Robert Forgit. I'm a meteorologist here at Alaska's news source in Anchorage, Alaska. It's good to have you here on Father's Day. For all those watching who are fathers, thank you for raising your kids, and thanks for being here tonight. Appreciate it. Hey, we've got viewers already on the line, both on live streaming on YouTube and also on Facebook. Again, we're located in Anchorage, Alaska, and we've had some interesting weather today. If you joined me last night, I said, hey, it's going to be sunny, but I did not take into account how much the haze would affect us from the fires, believe it or not, in Alberta, Canada. Somebody asked me last night, hey, will it affect our weather? And I said, yeah, just the haze, and certainly I was spot on there. As we let's go ahead and take a look outside and see what we've got. You can go ahead and see that this is looking down on Anchorage. And wow, we have had this cloud base over us. A lot of it is haze. And if you know anything about the formation of clouds, it takes condensation nuclei. And of course, when you have smoke or haze, you have a little bit of that. So a lot of times you'll get some cloud buildup. But a lot of this is because of the southerly flow coming up Cook Inlet. And as a result, we've got almost a maritime layer like you'd have in like San Francisco or San Diego during the day, and it's really hard to burn off, so that's good. Hey, Terry just joined us from Fairbanks. Thanks, Terry. Hey, welcome. Nice to have you on board, and nice that you're here. Appreciate that. If you're anywhere, we'd like to hear from you, and we'd like to know where you're from. It'd be great to have you. So let's go ahead and get started, and we'll start with, let me see if I do this right. There we go. Right now, statewide weather, we are looking at certainly some sunshine still in the interior sections. We have seen 81 degrees right now in Fairbanks, 75 in McGrath, and Northway coming in 74. Lots of sunshine up there, but a lot of cloudiness just through South Central, as that haze coming from the fires in Alberta has caused that, plus a maritime flow, a southerly flow, has also caused some clouds. So I don't like to be wrong with my forecast. I was a little disappointed to wake up to what we saw today. I did mention haze, but I didn't think it was going to affect South Central. I thought it was just going to be like Copper River Basin. So went out in the heat today in Fairbanks. Leah, yeah, they're having great weather in Fairbanks, almost too hot. And that's the thing. Roxy, nice to have you on with us tonight. And let's go ahead and like to just talk to you briefly about what we're going to see for the work week, because we've got a lot going on. We've got a heat advisor, the first time National Weather Service has had a heat advisor for the interior or for Alaska. We've got that until Tuesday, so look for 85, 87, temperatures like that in the interior. Thunderstorm activity is a real result of all the heat, mainly in the interior all the way to Galena, maybe even over to Dillingham, also in the Talkeetna Range in South Central. Lots of instability with these clouds. We're going to have the haze again, probably tomorrow through much of South Central, Copper River Basin, and in with the melting through much of the state. We also have flood watches that have popped up, especially north of the Brooks Range, south of the Brooks Range, all those tributaries, and of course the Yukon and the Kuskokwim have started melting, so we've got a lot going on, and with that we get the rise in, of course, the rivers and mainly the tributary. Most of all the flood watches are due to snowmelt, not ice jams. So let's go ahead and see what we've got, and here's what we see currently. Hazy from the smoking cannon right now. Yep, it is indeed. And Arnold from Gamble, always nice to have you on. And indeed, boy, I love when Gamble comes on. Hey, if you're from the lower 48, please let me know. Love to hear from you and love to know what you're doing. Hopefully you had a good, for those that just joined us, we've got quite a few more viewers. Nice to have you with us. Hey, let's go ahead and whip through a little bit of this. Current conditions right now through South Central. Seeing some cloudy skies here in Anchorage. You already saw that. The sun's trying to break through it, and I actually think with the little bit of wind that we're getting, we'll probably have a nice sunset. And it could be one of those red glowing balls as a result of all the haze around us. Kenai reporting mostly cloudy skies, a little bit of cloudiness in Seward and 51. Arnold, hey, thanks. Happy Father's Day. So that's one thing I was never able to do. Always wanted to have kids, and I just got married a little too late and didn't have any children. So, but for those who did, happy Father's Day to you. Gosh, I just admire parents, and I hope today was a good day and your kids did something nice for you. Golcana 70 right now, and we are looking at high temperatures that got into the 80s in Fairbanks, 83 and Fort Yukon. I believe that might be the high today. And Quinnahook, hey, nice to have you. Al Caban. And as we go ahead, 62 in Ketchikan, 67 in Juneau. Places that saw the sunshine, we had warm temperatures. I mean, 59 in Nome, Kotzebue at 67, but 54 for Anchorage. Now yesterday we were in the 60s, almost a 10-degree difference because those clouds just hung out on top of us. Here's a good look at that. Those clouds still hanging with us, though out towards the water, toward the inlet, it's a little bit sunnier, but boy, it is just tucked up in here, and it's extending all the way into the valley. And we're also looking at only a high of 54. Yesterday was 65. And the normal high is 64, so definitely cooler today. And a lot of people noticed as they were making their way out to whether it was church or just doing errands. What are we expecting for Anchorage? Again, haze overnight, otherwise mostly cloudy skies, 48 degrees. Winds will be out of the southwest at 5 to 10. That may blow some of this out, but again, some of this is actually maritime influence. We're getting that cool air coming off Cook Inlet, and that is keeping much of the coastline either wet or cloudy. So in the interior, here it is, 83 in Fort Yukon, 75 in Eagle, 75 in Tok right now, 77 in Denali. Sunny and hot, heat advisory till Tuesday. It's the first time we've kind of seen that in the state with heat advisories. And of course we got flood watches throughout much of the tributaries, as I mentioned, and we actually are worried a little bit about fire. So fire watches now in effect because of some of the winds. We could see some fire danger, red flag warnings we call them, and that's over in the interior, especially along the Yukon area. That's where we're really seeing that again. The fires in Alberta, wow, I'm just stumbling tonight, have caused a lot of smoke to come our way. So haze expected through Anchorage, otherwise partly cloudy skies, 63. And then we're also looking at Fairbanks, seeing some sun and clouds and thunderstorm activity, 87 tomorrow. And that's possible, a chance at thunderstorms. And then mostly cloudy, showers in Juneau, 60, 67 expected in Haines, mostly sunny. Hey, Justin, climatological, he says first 85-degree day in Fairbanks is June 20th. Not every year reaches 85. Yep, that's right. So, hey, thanks for that. I appreciate that average of June 20th at 85. And tomorrow may be a day where you have your first 85-degree day. I'm forecasting about 87 for you tomorrow. So thanks, Justin. Appreciate that. Hey, if you're online, give me a buzz. Let me know what's going on, what's happening. We do have a Forgit factoid a little bit later. Love to have you on and play that with us. That would be great. Hey, here's the sunrises and sunsets. The one thing that I want you to notice is at least one thing, and that is the gain of daylight has started to dwindle as we are getting really close to summer solstice, which is on Friday. So yeah, so we are getting pretty darn close to that. Hey, let's go ahead and see what we have. And again, on the radar, these are the number of lightning strikes throughout the day. And as this continues to tick away, we got to about 96 lightning strikes, most of them up into the interior sections. If you notice that different colored, the different colors there, those are what I was talking about with the flood watches. And then of course the red flag watches and warnings because of the dryness and also the wind that is expected tomorrow. Looking ahead, this is what we have for the beginning of our week. Again, high pressure just kind of sitting out of the Gulf, and it's very weak. We have that low pressure system that you can see off of Vancouver. It's associated front. It's going to hit the southeast panhandle, and you know what that means. That means rain. And then we have this other low that's just off the Aleutian chain. That's what's produced the clouds, and it will start to move. And as I go ahead and move this for you, you'll see the high will kind of die out. The low will still head south and take its moisture with it, but we will see that moisture coming in from the east and also dragging a lot of that smoke with it. So tomorrow looks like another day. We might see some showers through the region from the Copper River Basin all the way up into Talkeetna. Some of those will cause instability and might be in the form of thunderstorms. So, and then as we get into Tuesday night, things kind of clear out again. We have another system moving in as we get into Wednesday, but that is off the Aleutians and still pretty far away. So looks like another few days of some sunshine, at least for the interior. It'll be clouds tomorrow with the rain for Haines, Sitka, and Ketchikan, 60 for Ketchikan, Skagway, and Yakutat, looking at some showers. And as we take and go into the interior, heat advisory through Tuesday. Look for some thunderstorm, chances of thunderstorm activity. Fairbanks, Healy, Delta Junction, Tok, also Fort Yukon, where it'll be about 84 degrees. There they could see a little bit of haze. Any place, the icons sometimes can be a little deceiving. If I use an icon and it looks like there's a little bit of clouds in there, that usually means for me a little bit of haze. So, hey, Big Cat, nice to have you. Thanks for wishing everyone a happy Father's Day. And flood watch for Brooks Range, for the drainages there. We're going to see that continue. Utiavik at 42, 52 for Dead Horse, 72 for Anatuvik Pass, and yes, you might see a little bit of thunderstorm activity there. Scattered thunderstorms throughout much of the west coast, mainly inland. We're looking at Galena, but then Kotzebue and also Unalakleet might have a little bit of thunderstorm activity. Temperatures 80 for Galena, 78 for McGrath, and Bethel at 67. Hey, as we move forward, the Aleutian sun and clouds, that's the order of the day, with Dillingham at 66, 51 in Cold Bay, and a little bit of rain for on Alaska. As we get to the Kenai, again, we're looking at some sunshine, but then increasing cloudiness and haze. And if we get enough haze and we still have that southerly flow, which you can see coming out of the south, chances are there'll be a lot more cloudiness along the coastal sections, and it could impact Anchorage too, with pretty much a ditto of today. Now the sun's just starting to come out here in Anchorage after a full day of some cloudiness. Glen Allen, Valdez, Whittier, all looking for sunshine, but again, haze will make that feel like a cloudy day. Cordova's looking for some rain and 58 degrees. As we take a look for the Mat-Su, widespread haze for Talkeetna, Willow, Wasilla, Palmer. Chance of some thunderstorm activity in the afternoon, as temperatures should be in the 70s for you up in the valley. Haze and sun for Anchorage, 62 and 61 in Girdwood. And that's what we're looking at, and that's what we'll see. So as we go ahead, I'm going to do a Forgit factoid for you, and it has to do with Father's Day. So let's go ahead and look at that and see what we've got. And it has to do with this. What was the first state to celebrate the nation's first statewide Father's Day on June 10th, or June 19th, 1910? Was it Nevada, Illinois, Maine, or Washington? What do you think? Take a guess. If you're joining me, take a guess, see what you come up with. And nice to have you on. And if you're watching after this broadcast, which is now 8:14 here on a Sunday night, feel free to leave a comment. Always love to have a comment. Been doing these factoids for a long time. What do you think the answer is? First state to have a statewide Father's Day. It was June 19th, 1910. Which state? Nevada, Illinois, Maine, or Washington? Nevada, Illinois, Maine, or Washington. So I found this on the internet last night. I thought, oh, this is a good one. I got to use it on Father's Day. So what do you think? What do you think? Go ahead and look at that again, and we'll guess. Any guesses tonight? Any guesses tonight? Anyone want to be brave enough to shoot at a guess? Nevada, Illinois, Maine, or Washington? Still looking for anyone who wants to be brave enough to kind of guess this one. It'd be great. If not, that's okay too. Always nice to have viewership. So, okay, I'm going to give the answer in just about 30 seconds. Nevada, Illinois, Maine, or Washington? All right, here we go. 3, 2, 1. I got one guess. Oh, Big Cat comes in with Illinois at B. Okay, I've got some guesses now. And there's a little bit of a delay for this. And as a result, sometimes I need to hold out a little longer. I was just going to give the answer. Illinois. Big Cat came through and said Illinois. And Michelle saying Washington. Okay, Michelle, thanks. Appreciate you playing. Anybody else want to guess? Great. We've got some, has a little interaction here. Appreciate that. Big Cat's now going with A. He's going to say Nevada. And April's going with C, Maine. Nice. And boy, I love Facebook. I love talking to people live. It's just so much fun to see where everyone's from, too. Any other guesses? We're going to go ahead in 30 seconds. Nancy. Nice to have you, Nancy. She's going with A. Anybody else want to guess? Okay, 15 seconds. Here we go. First Father's Day celebrated statewide. What state was it? Nevada, Illinois, Maine, or Washington? And here comes the answer. And the answer is, Michelle, you're right, Washington. And it was Spokane's Sonora Smart Dodd, who had a dad who was a Civil War vet, and he was also a widow, and he raised 6 kids, and one of those was Sonora. So that's where it all started from. Hey, Brian, thanks for your guess of Nevada. Answer's Washington. So we're going to go ahead and just finish up with the 7-day, and then I'm going to let you go, and appreciate you being here. So let's go ahead and see what we have as we take a look. So thanks, Michelle. Appreciate the heart. Hey, we're going to see 63 degrees, continue haze in Anchorage, and then cloudy skies on Tuesday, but then it should be sunny, and temperatures should be a lot warmer, maybe about 68 on Thursday. Winter gets a week in Anchorage. There you go. Oh, that'd be fun, right? So Fairbanks, we're going to see mostly sunny skies throughout the week, but there is a chance of some instability, and that might give you some thunderstorm activity. Again, a chance at thunderstorms on a Monday and Tuesday. Again, haven't broken 85, but you could break it tomorrow. 87 would be the high. At least that's what I'm shooting for. And for Juneau, scattered showers tomorrow, mostly sunny the rest of the week. With those temperatures in the mid to upper 60s. So that's what we're looking at, and that's what we have. And again, thanks for joining me. I love having all of you on board, so it's a lot of fun. Again, we're from Anchorage, Alaska. It's Alaska's news source. We broadcast statewide, Fairbanks, of course, Juneau, and all the places far between and far out there. We broadcast. You can see us on all sorts of platforms, and you know that, so I'm not going to waste your time. But happy Father's Day again to all those that celebrate Father's Day and have kids. God bless you, and hope you're having a great day. And also, have a great evening. Thanks for watching and clicking. I appreciate it. And also, be kind to yourself. Be kind to others. We can use that in the world. And I just want to be kind to you and say, have a wonderful, wonderful week. That's it from here.